In this video, we're turning some very sad and sadly forgotten thrift finds into amazing, gorgeous new home decor using some of my favorites from IOD and their new holiday line for 2023. I'm going to show you how I transformed every piece and the amazing after, and hopefully give you a lot of tips and tricks if you love to craft and do thrift flips and just transform the old and forgotten into the new and hopefully your new favorite home decor. And by the way, this video is part of the Iron Orchid Designs Holiday Collection Release Party playlist. So if you want to see other tutorials featuring the newly released items, you can find them in the description below. I'll leave a link down there for you to easily navigate over to that and find even more inspiration. Let's take a closer look at each of these thrifted items that I have to completely transform in this video and walk you through the whole process from start to finish. These napkins I found at a yard sale, and then I've had these Faltgraph plates forever. I collected a lot of them when I first moved into my house, but I quickly realized they just aren't the style that I'm going for in my decor, so I want to do something with those. And these sad looking Pottery Barn chargers, they're just very tarnished, but not really in a good way. So I definitely wanted to make those look 100 times better. This little wooden box, I thrifted that from Goodwill a while back, and I just love these wooden boxes. But obviously the clouds and the blue weren't really what I was envisioning. And then of course I have some books. I have many books that I've picked up over the last couple of years. This one just didn't have a gorgeous cover, so I figured we could do something fun with that. And then I've had this little storage book forever, and I've attempted to do some things with it in the past, but just could never settle on something. So wait till you see how this turns out, because I think it's probably my favorite transformation in the whole video. Okay, I'm getting everything organized, trying to figure out what I want to paint each item. This one's going to be green because I think we're going to use a wreath transfer on this one. These are going to be white because they're going to get the really pretty floral rose center transfers. These are going to be cream. We're going to use the stag transfers on here. And these don't need painted. So let's spray paint these up really quick, and then bring them in and start rubbing some transfers on and totally transforming them. I'm so excited. I think these are going to be beautiful decor for my holiday decorating this season. I'm using the color Almond, a Rust-Oleum color. It's a satin finish. It's just a really nice creamy off-white color. I absolutely love how this transfer turned out on the cover of the storage book. I think it is perfect. And by the way, this is the Holly Glen transfer book. I'll have everything linked below for you so that you can grab what you want. Now, there's much more in this IOD holiday collection. I just tend to love working with the transfers so much, so that's what I opted for this time around. But they also have molds and stamps even, so definitely check it all out because I just adore the whole theming of this line. I love the kind of woodland feel that it has, a little bit whimsical, enchanted, I guess you could say. It is just darling, and I was so inspired by it. I could not stop making things over, but it was so fun to play with all of these. And so now I'm going to embellish the side of the book here on the spine by adding some more of these adorable little animal transfers here with the holly and the berries. Okay, next let's work a little bit more on this book and make it have a little bit more of an old world kind of a feel to it. So I'm just using some sandpaper around the edges to distress a little bit. And then we are gonna go in with some antiquing wax and kind of brush that all along the edges to give it kind of a nice aged look. And that's also going to kind of help blend the transfers into the book so that you really can't tell that they're separate from the book. And I'm just using some Waverly antiquing wax that I picked up off of Amazon, and I'll go ahead and link that down below for you. And this is just a reminder, check under the video title in the description below. There'll be links for everything, links to all the IOD items that you're seeing today, and some of the products that I used to help me finish them off. Now I'm looking through the Candy Cane Cottage transfer book, and I knew right away I wanted to use these beautiful roses with hollies and berries, and I thought they would be perfect on these chargers. So they had a lot of the smaller size, only 2 of the large, so I'm going to do a combination of 2 large and 2 small on the 4 chargers. And now you see me adding some copper rub and buff to the rims of these chargers. They had that nice roping detail, so I really wanted to emphasize that and add just a little bit of shimmer for a holiday touch. Now it's time to move on to these plain Falstaff plates that I've just been storing in my attic, not using, but we are going to change that, and I'm turning back to the Holly Glen transfer book, and we are going to make these little plates look absolutely adorable and charming for the holidays. Okay, time to work on this wooden box, and I was pretty excited for this project and I love how it turned out. I actually ended up gifting this to my mom and she loves it too. It looks really, really cute in her home. All right, it is time to start working on these thrifted napkins, and I am using the Candy Cane Cottage transfer book. And we are going to apply these transfers onto fabric just like we would any other surface. Sometimes it takes a little bit more elbow grease to get it on, but I found it quite easy. And I don't believe you'll want to throw these in the washer or anything like that with a transfer on. These are just strictly for display, for decorating purposes, but these are going to match our chargers that we did earlier in the video. So I think that will make like a nice little companion set for like a table setting. Okay, last two projects, and then we're going to do a really fun reveal of all of the thrifted items that I've made over using the IOD holiday collection transfers for this 2023 season. And I think I'm going to go with the Very Merry Christmas transfer book. There's just some really, really cute graphics in here, and I want to play with it a little bit more. I just really had fun and layered a lot of different transfers on top of each other. So there's just an idea for you. Don't be afraid to cut around transfers, layer them, and just create really your own graphic design using IOD's transfers. And you can pick from different collections, different books within the same collection, like I'm doing here, and just make it a totally new and unique piece. Okay, well, I decided that I wasn't going to use any more transfers on the book, but I had a plan to add a little bit more detailing in those empty corners you see there. But first, I'm going to take some sandpaper and just distress the book a little bit. And then we're going to get out some paint pens, and I'm going to show you some of my artistic skills. I actually used to be quite artistic when I was younger. I just sadly don't have a ton of time to sit down and paint or draw like I used to, but maybe one day we'll get back into that when I'm in a slower season of life. However, I do, find time to do crafts like these every once in a while, and I enjoy it so much. It's just good for the soul, I think, if you're a creative person, to just take the time to make something. But I'm just kind of going around with this white Posca paint pen. I'll link these down below for you. I love them. And we're going to just kind of make this book pop a little bit more with some white and red. And I'm trying to kind of mimic the designs that are already in this transfer and just kind of make them pop and carry them through into some of those blank spots. So I'll let you watch, and then we'll do the grand reveal.